Thankful Thursday. So today is Thursday, April 24th, 2025. I wanted to do this gratitude videos every Thursdays. I don't know if I can do it every Thursday, but I figured instead of like really focusing on if I can do every Thursday, I'll at least start doing whenever I can. And I'm sharing this part because in our life, all of us, right? Sometimes life gets busy and we think that things have to be perfect. It doesn't. You start where you are, start what you can do, and be consistent in your own ways. If every day is not possible, every week. If every week is not possible, alternate weeks. If alternate weeks are not possible, once a month, right? It is all about showing up. So I practice gratitude, mindfulness, praying, a lot of different things that you guys know, and I share on this channel. At the same time, when I do it on the camera, it is actually more impactful because then I'm more aware. Because our mind has this conscious and subconscious part, right? So even when you are praying, have you noticed that sometimes our mind wanders? And that's the subconscious, because the subconscious, the inner critic, that tries to take our mind away to worry and things like that. But that is where when we are more aware, we stay in the present moment. And a lot of time in the present moment, things are more or less okay. We should not be worrying. We shouldn't be feeling sad about what happened in the past because it's done, it's gone. But we just keep thinking about it. Our subconscious goes on that autopilot. And by doing these practices, and when you do it with others, it's actually even more impactful. So today I figured that, I'm just going to go ahead and start. So if you guys want to do it too, please comment below, and then I would be more than happy to guide you guys through too, because the practices with consistencies, even if you do once a month, you will see a shift. You will see a shift. There's so many research about that, about gratitude practices. Speaking of that, I'll have a gratitude journal coming out late next month, Memorial Day. Last year is when my YouTube channel started, and I am so grateful that I didn't know if I would have the strength or how situation would be. I didn't know that if I could celebrate that anniversary. So I'm grateful that I was able to show up, things in some way, things have been way better than I expected, and in some way, some of the things in my life hasn't gone the way I was thinking, but overall, I am so grateful, and I believe that, I believe in God. So if you connect with believing in universe, higher power, whatever resonates with you, you gotta believe that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. That is what God planned for you. So I that's how I think now. But even a year ago at this time, April 24th, 2024, yeah, now actually I remember writing down, maybe when I was doing a gratitude practice, it was 42424 last year. I don't remember exactly how the day was, but I remember that kind of repeat number sequence. Anyway, these are part of life. Like, you kind of go with the flow, learn new things, and figure things out as life goes. But no matter what, you keep going and keep showing up, and then what happens is, the most wonderful things keep unfolding. And that is beautiful. Life is beautiful, but so many times we worry and focus on the things that we can't change, right? We can't control, we can't change, and we keep thinking about it, we keep talking about it, and that's where actually if you guys are coming here for a while, you know that I created this framework and I follow it every single day. This is in the process of getting trademarked, by the way. So thinking, speaking, and action, they talk a lot about feeling. And my thought process is that you cannot control your feeling. As soon as a thought comes, the feeling is already there. And if you don't believe me, I'll tell you, think of the last time you had some really challenging argument with somebody or something like that. Your feeling is already there. You cannot feel good when you are thinking about that. It happens in like split second. But what you can control is the speaking. And speaking is where it gets you into the habit. So as more you start speaking from the future that you want to create, rather than from the lack, you start taking positive action, and that cycle kind of continues. So for me, that's how I trained in these videos. I started speaking positively, especially in the beginning when life was challenging. I forced myself to stay positive still. And then it became a habit. Now, when and I still practice, this day. The practice has been a little different, and that's why I came up with very simple frameworks, so that it's not, because I used to, it'll sound intense, but I used to, when everything fell apart before a year and a half ago, I lost my marriage and the corporate job. I used to listen to positive spiritual things for maybe 16 hours a day, and I'm an intense person, that tells you. But that's how I got through it, and that's how it started. For a few months I did that. There were a lot of other things I did, and a lot of the learnings were from 2 decades of learnings and challenging situations that I had to deal with in my own, many of them. But I wanted to simplify it, something that could be followed very easily. And there's a lot of materials out there. There are a lot of coaches and teachers out there, but there are so many of them are there because everybody is not for everybody. Everybody doesn't resonate with everybody. So I figured that, because we are 8 billion people in this world and 8 billion unique paths, so everybody's journey is different. What resonates with me may or may not resonate with you, but somebody else, they may find it very, connecting with them, it's resonating with them. So I figured, why don't I, create something that helped me in this difficult journey to get to that zone in the fastest way possible, especially when you're in your midlife and you lose 2 main identity defining things, your career and your marriage. Right? So when you're married for that many years, over a decade, your identity becomes like that married person. And also from work perspective, your identity becomes like, okay, you are this person. And then, when you're midlife, you go to a party, you go anywhere, okay, what do you do? And then you start talking about your work. And both of this, when they, they go away, so the ground beneath you is not only shaken, you feel like it's gone. You don't have a place to stand on. I mean, now I have a smile on my face, but I did not when all of those were happening. I did not. But I learned so much, and I'm so grateful. And, gratitude, these are gratitude cards, by the way. So last January 1st is when I started them, and I have if you have been coming here for a while and listening to me talking about things and how my journey was, which is covered in the videos in 2024 and 2025 playlist, and you will see a huge shift from late last year I used to date them until I think earlier this year, and then I make so many videos. I figured that dating them and marking them, the episode number, is becoming very challenging for me. So I just stopped doing that. But I still make daily videos every day, and yeah, it's been an amazing journey, and I think I'm on a path to cross 1,000 episodes. A lot of them are shorts, half of them are shorts, but I'll be crossing 1,000 before the anniversary day, definitely by the anniversary day, which is May 27th. This year the Memorial Day is May 26th, but last year was 27th. But I am so grateful, so grateful. And for the folks who are coming here from the beginning, I mean, you guys have a special place in my heart, because when nobody knew, nobody, heard or anything, you guys kept coming and watching, and especially in the initial months, made a difference. It definitely made a difference, because I remember even yesterday I was thinking about that when I went for a walk in the evening with a friend of mine, her kid, my daughter. So 4 of us, we went for a walk. She's my neighbor. So, and I was thinking how in the beginning, I remember one person, I think the person was from UK, was talking about how I could go around the block for, even 10 minutes walk, even that would help, because I remember it was, yeah, it's a funny story that I wanted to go to the gym, but at the same time I didn't want to. I mean, I wanted to push myself to go to the gym, but I just didn't want to. My mind was in a place, and that type of place. So anyway, I made a morning video that, okay, I want to go to the gym, and then I made another second video around noon. I think, okay, I'll be going. And the third video in the afternoon, I said that I'm definitely going, and I'm going to make one after I go. And then I eventually went. And that is what I'm talking about, the speaking, right? So I was thinking, but I was speaking to push myself. And then in the action, I eventually ended up taking the action, because those videos I published the same day. I'm talking about going to the gym. So the person commented, and I think they could see that, I needed a little more inspiration, motivation, whatever. Inspiration is, I think, actually internal. You can inspire yourself. Motivation comes from outside. But anyway, not diverting the discussion. So I went to the gym, and I think the person in that video or some other video, they commented that, like, even if you go for around the block for 10 minutes, and it was helpful. And then the next day, I literally did that. I went out for a walk. I think I did more than 10 minutes. I don't know, like 20 minutes, 40 minutes, something like that. And I acknowledged that. I thanked the person for saying that, because that made such a huge difference, right? So sometimes we don't know that one comment, the person I don't know, made a difference. And I still remember that was, I don't know, I started in May, so the comment probably was in, I think, June, July, something like that. So in our journey, so many people, and you guys are part of this movement, and this is a movement about spreading more joy, spreading more, creating fun as your new foundation, literally, because life has so much pain and suffering. There's so much pain and suffering in the world, right? And I always talk about this. You have heard me saying that there's this big thing in the industry that talk about time is the most valuable asset, get your time back, and all of that. But it's not necessarily the time. It's the happy time is what you are looking for. You don't want time with more sadness, more anger, more bitterness, more resentment, all of that, right? Because all of these are here, the inner critic part. You don't want any of that. The inner coach, or if you are Christian, you can kind of connect it with the Holy Spirit. But you don't have to be a Christian to think about the happy time, or when our mind is, you're speaking or thinking from the future, meaning a better life than then what happened in the past. What happened in the past is gone, it's sad, whatever. Not everything is sad, but the sad part is what usually we dwell on, right? Imagine what will happen if we could dwell on all the good things and we feel grateful, right? That is a lot about the gratitude, because gratitude comes from, usually we do it from the past, what happened good, or better is even like new gratitude, which I learned last year from some event. Somebody talked about it, and that was such a huge shift. That because if you do gratitude practice every day the same thing, then it kind of becomes like a chore, and the impact is not exactly the same. So you do 3 new gratitude, that kind of grounds you to the present moment too, because that reminds you that even in the current moment, even if there is challenging situation going on and you're grateful for maybe even the fresh air that you can breathe in, you have food on the table, you have a roof over your head, things like that. So one of the things also to remember is, that life would unfold the way it is when we let go, release the control that life has to be this way, life has to be that way. It is more beautiful. So I'll give you or tell you my journey, my path, which I will cover in the second book or third book later this year or next year. First book I'm planning to release in a few months, where I'm going to go in depth in the thinking, speaking, action, the triangle, which is how you stay happy, right? So that's the how, and this is the what, the rich quadrant I talk about. This is also getting trademark, by the way. So rich is R is relationship, I is the ideal life, your deepest desires and dreams. Number 3 is career and finance. Number 4 is health, which is physical and emotional health. Okay, so that is the what. So what you want to do is, when you want to make progress in life, you want to rate it 0 to 1. 0 being, okay, it is absolute worst. I have to make some progress. I'm at my rock bottom. Number 10 is, the best it could be. And it may never be fully 10 always. You may drop from there. But if you're 8 or 9 and you rate it yourself, nobody else rates you. So when I coach people, I tell them to rate it. And once a month, so you're kind of rating it. It's like if you worked in technology, and I don't know if they do it in other fields, like, in tech industry, there's a term called SMART goal. It's like what? Specific, measurable, achievable, time-bound, and relevant. R is relevant. But anyway, so that's what it is about. Because if there is a number, as soon as there's a number put to it, you know exactly what people are talking about, right? If something is like, oh, this is long and this is short, how do you say long or short? But if you say it's 20 inches long, and you say, oh, this is 5 inches, it's short, it's just 5 inches. So you have a measuring scale, right? So it becomes more specific. Same things with our life. So some may feel like, or say like, it is too specific, it is too rigid. But guess what? In life, if you are not measuring, and when you're measuring everything else, and life is not going the way you think that things are not going on, how do you know that 6 months down the line did you make any progress? And this takes only like few minutes a month, and it helps you to kind of know that excuse me, I'm sorry, and I'm not gonna edit it, you guys know, I just keep it as is. It's the real authentic me. And that's what I also try to teach you guys, that bring your whole self to where you are, because if you don't, then you're compromising with yourself. And when you compromise with others, how does it feel? It doesn't always feel the best, right? But sometimes you have to do, especially if you're in a husband-wife relationship, partners, right? But if you're already compromising with yourself, then it becomes harder. And also that it's almost like you are looking for external validations, and external validations is what makes life sometimes challenging, right? So anyway, So the story I was going to share with you guys is, how life unfolds. So I grew up in India, and when I did, there was no internet, nothing, and I was in a small town. So even when I was in high school, they started having computers and stuff, but we were not that exposed into. Um, and so the whole globalization, social media, all of this were not there. And I remember that Christmas, we didn't know anything. We didn't celebrate anything. I mean, now in India also they celebrate and all of that. And I never knew. So I have this, this from a dollar store, you guys know. I actually have 3 Christmas trees. One is 9 feet, another is 7 feet. Anyway, but this is a small one. I have it here. I didn't take it away after Christmas. Um, Anyway, so I'm a big Christmas person. I love Christmas. Interestingly, I never grew up with, that's why I was telling you guys, I never grew up with anything Christmas. I didn't even know much about Christmas. But I came to this country in 2005, about 20 years ago, and then I decided to stay here and had to go through all of that visa, green card, citizenship, what all. Great. So anyway, um, Christmas became a very celebratory thing, not from material perspective, but it's the joy, the feeling, the emotion. And some people would ask me that why I am so much into Christmas, and sometimes I can't even explain it. And it was not even related to Christianity for me because I became Christian last year. So, from 2005, 2006, I really enjoyed the time of Christmas. And when somebody said, I said, I think there is more, I don't know how I said it, it's like more cheer in the air, meaning people are kinder and nicer to each other, they help each other, and they go out of their way to help others. And this is so nice, right? People are so kind to each other. So I was like, I like that part. And also, like, the decorations definitely kind of gives you that feel that, it's holidays, festivity, and all that. And there was just something that in some way I couldn't fully explain it, but I loved it. And as time went by, I just kept loving it more and more and more, and still today. So even if you asked me 25 years ago, because 20 years ago is when I came here, 25 years ago, I would be like, yeah, I was in my college. I would be like, what or how? Like, it don't even make sense to me, right? Because I didn't know much about Christmas. And before coming here, I remember that Christianity has so many denominations and all of that. I didn't even know any of that. For me, what I knew is Christian is just only one religion, like, how Hindu is just one religion. Hinduism, I mean. So anyway, so yeah, in life, the how things take turn and all of that. And last year, so I have another interesting thing since it's a Thankful Thursday. Normally, actually, I'll do this video is probably much shorter, but today I figured I will do it a little longer. So I bought some of these stones from, I'll show you one to you guys. It says Harmony, Harmony, Harmony. So my daughter and I, we used to practice. I don't know why she's not much into this anymore, but last year, so I bought this from Amazon, these rocks or stones, I guess you'd say, and each stone had a nice word like, peace, gratitude, things like that. I'll pick out another one. It says wealth, another one. Let's pick out another one. What does it say? Goals, goals. So, so she and I used to play different things with this. I have like 40, 50 of them. I remember I bought like 10 or 15, and then I liked it so much that I bought another set. So altogether, there's a lot of them. So she and I used to play at night before going to bed, and this would calm her down because, she's 9 years old. Last year she was 8, and then kids get a little hyper. So before going to bed, do a little gratitude practice, sometimes a little reading, and play with this. So it's to be fun. So I figured for the gratitude practice, sometimes I might do different things, but I was like, oh, I will pick out like three different stones, and I don't know, because it'll be a little surprising thing to me too, and I'll do something, three new gratitude related to those words. And maybe you want to do it too. You can do different things with the same words. As you see, you can write down three new things that comes to your mind, and once a week. It will take you only like maybe 5 minutes, but it will add something to your day and the week, something to look forward to. That because what happens with the gratitude practice is, as you say that, okay, you're grateful for this, your mind starts to, it gets trained to look for other good things, so that's how it helps. And there's so many research around it. You can Google it, you can look it up on ChatGPT. There's from Joe Dispenza, I think Andrew Huberman, and many others. Like, there's like endless research on that. And for me, gratitude has been such a big part. Even before it became a mainstream thing, I have been practicing gratitude. I first started it back in 2019. So it was like, 6 years ago. Where it was not like I was doing before then, but that was in a grand scheme where I had 100 people team. And I started this gratitude wall, and which I actually didn't know it was a thing. So that was very interesting. And it was like this. So I started, and they liked so much in the company. So they made it like a company-wide thing, which was very nice of them, because they recognized the value of it, because it was really helping to grow the positivity within that 100 people team. So they wanted to implement the other parts of the organization. So that was awesome. But anyway, so let's pick three stones. Oh my God, the first one is says, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I love it, I love it. So the thank you. So I am so thankful for you all coming here, the folks who have been coming here from the beginning, the folks who started, coming together along the way, and even if you're new here, and folks who will be coming in the future. I am so grateful for you guys. I cannot say it in words, because each and every one of us, we can make a difference in the world. Even if you are coming here, you're just silently watching, you are not commenting or anything, so I don't really know. But, if you feel a little bit better inside, that makes a difference, because when your cup is full, meaning you are a little happy, people around you will also feel happy, because that everything is energy, right? So that kind of ripples. There is so much ripple effect. So, and celebrate that when you feel that, when there's, especially the interesting thing is when there are challenges going on all around, and then you can still be grateful for something little in life. That is what makes it beautiful, because that helps you to focus on the good. Because whatever we focus on magnifies. If you're focusing on something little or big, but that is challenging, the challenge is going to look bigger than it is. But even if it's a little good thing and you're focusing on that, is going to grow. This thank you, right? Oh my God, I'm like so happy. I get happy about these little things. I feel like, this is the divine. I'm like, this is like the divine connection, or whatever you'd want to call it. It's like designed by God. I mean, that's how I'm not pushing you guys to believe in God, universe, whatever works with you. There's something that is beyond us, right? We all know that there is something beyond us. When people they get healed from something really challenging, when doctors say they can't, or people pray and things get better. So all of that is what I'm talking about. There are miracles. It looks like there's no other way to explain it, So that's what I'm talking about. Oh my God, that's how I feel like this first one was like designed in such a way, and that's a sign for me that keep going with this gratitude practice, the Thankful Thursday. Okay, let's see what this is. Healing. I love it. Healing, healing, healing. So, okay, you can see it now. So first one, I don't know if it was as clear, because I think the camera, the first one was thank you. Second one is healing. And I'm grateful. I am so grateful for the healing, and this healing from, physical healing, we all know, but the emotional healing that I'm thankful that, I was able to heal. And some people here in the comments, you have let me know that these videos are helping you to heal. And trust me, I cannot be happier knowing that more than anything, because this was the ultimate goal for this channel, that if some people see some hope, and then you are healing, in this journey too, as you walk the path. I mean, that just makes me so happy. So I'm grateful that you are also finding this journey, like, and you're healing. Oh, inspire, that's the third one. So we'll end with this today, the inspire. And so this is another one that, so people, I'm grateful that I have inspiring people around me. So my daughter, she's like absolutely inspiring. I mean, sometime as a 9-year-old, when she says the things, I'll show you guys a card here. So she wrote this a few months ago. I'll show you. You can do it, with a smile and a heart. Her name is Alice, and she wrote love Alice, and she tried to put 2 hearts in the middle of love, like 2 eyes actually. She's funny. So anyways, I have some posted write-ups from her. So she is such an inspiration for me. And my mom is like beyond inspiring. She has unconditional love for me, and I'm so grateful. So I'll be talking to her tomorrow. I usually talk to her once a week. And the time difference is kind of different for India and here. So I'll talk to her tomorrow morning, but her time will be in the evening. So, and ultimate inspiration is God, of course, that is. So who are the ones who are and my friends, some of my friends are amazing. All the friends are amazing, but some inspire me more than others. So anyway, if you are one, So who are the people who are inspiring you find them, they're inspiring your journey in your path, So if you want to write down, the first word is thank you, the second word is healing, and the third word is inspire. If you want to write them down in the comment. And I'll try my best to do it every Thursday, but if I can't, I will definitely plan to do it whenever I can, but I'm going to keep it shorter. I'm going to write that in the maybe in the title or description, so that you guys know that this is the part, because life is busy, and I understand not everybody may have the time to watch the whole thing. So in the last 5 minutes is where I did the gratitude practice, 5 or 10 minutes. So if I end up doing that, I will mention that, so that you guys can kind of, I don't know, skip to that part. But I just enjoyed doing this. I thought of doing this, but I didn't really know how, or excuse me, what words I will pick up. I'm going to show you guys like how many of them. It's like super heavy. Oh my God, if you guys can even see it. I'll actually put it in a Ziploc bag sometime, so you will know. I don't know, maybe you can see it here. How many? Sorry. It's like super heavy. Maybe 40, 50. So it's an interesting thing for me to pick out the words, and I'm going to keep it here, so that when I write the description, I have it so that I don't mix them up. And most of them are unique. Most of the words in there are unique, because I think out of 40, 50 of them, maybe there are 5 or 6 that are repeat. But if there's a repeat, then I'll just pull out another one. But this has been fun, guys. This has been fun. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, this thinking, speaking, action, that gets you in a zone where you learn how to have fun with the little things like this. Because this is the ultimate goal in life. Like what I'm talking about, the happy time is what you're looking for. Because you are present right here, right now. You're not thinking about your job. You're not thinking about your, other things. I mean, if you're watching this video at night and you are not thinking and worrying about what happened during the day, when I say you're not thinking about your job, because sometimes, when you think about it, can you do anything about it? You can't, right? So it's keeping the focus in the present moment and enjoying the little things in life is what the key is, ultimate key to happiness. And there is a structure to it. If we follow the structure, it's as simple as it can be, and life can be beautiful. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm going to be uploading some more videos from the spring break trip that my daughter and I went last week. So look out for those too. And please let me know in the comment that, if you have other ideas, right? This is something random I came up with to do it with the stones. But if you have other ideas that will keep it fun and interesting, I'm all ears. Please let me know, because this space is yours too. I want you guys to come and engage and inspire others, because the third word was inspire. You can inspire too through your story. Every story, 8 billion stories, have so many inspiration. Like, if you share your story, you do not know who else is going to get inspired and take an action to change the world. You never know. You never know. Okay, so with that, I'm going to finish. Take care. Bye.